Hey, what's going on? It's AJ, and I recently finished a great book called The Now Habit, and it's really taught me so much about work, productivity, and procrastination. Now, we all hate procrastination. Procrastination is just like masturbation, because when you procrastinate, you end up effing yourself, just like masturbation. Well, this book has helped me so much because it gave me like this bird's eye view of productivity and why we do what we do. And a lot of it is because, we find our identity in work. Because if you have a job, if you have a business, if you have a career, a big part of your identity is found there. And it's really fascinating because the more of your worth that is connected to your work, the more unhappy you're going to be, because you are not your work. And a good example is actually if you look at a professional tennis player, and let's say they're winning matches, they're doing great, and then one day they have a huge defeat. They feel just shot, ashamed, hurt. But the same exact game can be played by the average Joe, and they're not going to feel that same level of torment and unhappiness. And that's because a tennis player has their entire identity in tennis, whereas the average Joe probably likes tennis, likes other aspects of life, has different hobbies, and that way his worth is spread about through many different areas. So if you have your worth spread about your relationship, or if you have it in your work, or if you have it in a place and your whole life is surrounded by that, you're going to have a lot of disappointment, because every single time that place goes bad, let's say you have a business and one month you have a crappy month, or let's say an employee leaves, or you get a bad review, all of a sudden that's going to be your identity. That's going to be your self-worth focused on your work. Another great point of it is to really understand that procrastination is just perfection. It's really just a delayed fear of failure, because so many times we start projects and we do it till the 80% mark, and right when we're almost finished, we hesitate or we slow down and we make excuses, because once we bring out this project to the world, or if we send out this email or write this book, we hesitate because we fear that people are not going to like it, or that we're going to get rejected, which is one of the worst human fears, because we stall in order to avoid that pain. And it's really interesting because once you really understand what perfection is, and it's just like, as sad to say, a bit of insecurity, because if you put it out there and people don't like it, then you're not going to have enough confidence. So it's kind of like having a mindset of, I don't care about the expectations. A wise man once told me to be successful in life and to be happy and fulfilled is to put out as much value as you can and have no expectations. Meaning that I'm going to do my best in every aspect. Every project, every book I write, every communication that I have, I'm going to put my best. But if people don't respond to it, or if people don't give me good reviews, or if I get complaints, I'm not going to get attached to the outcome. And that way, it allows a person to just put out a ton of value, to constantly create, but to not judge what people think about it, or not feel so bad when it doesn't do well. And really, the key to procrastination is just getting started, because the finishing takes care of itself. Now, I have a motto, and it's called, don't think, just do. And for many years, I dealt with procrastination because I would be in front of a computer and I'd be going to an open loop, checking Facebook, checking my emails, just not doing the work that needs to be done. And I found that it was like this avoidance thing, where like all day long, if I had a big task, an important email to send, or a video to create, I would spend an hour going through this open loop and just getting lost in different places. The internet is a scary place because it'll just capture your attention, and like a huge river, it'll take you along with it. So don't think, just do. DTJD just says, don't think, just do, just get it started. Do it. Start badly. So if I had to write an email, I would just write any type of gibberish I could, or if I had to start a video, I would do everything in my power just to get it set up. And it's the same thing with other areas in your life where you procrastinate. Exercise. It's like reducing that buffer time. Not thinking, just setting up your sneakers, just getting inside the car, getting to the gym. It's kind of like shutting down the thinking and the rationalizing process, because that thinking mind is what stops you from doing the things that need to get done. So taking away that moment where, let's say you make a decision and you're trying to think and you just go and get started, even if you start terribly and poorly, basically it's going to get you to finish the project afterward. And one more last note from the book. It's really about rejuvenation, because I used to be like a hardcore workaholic. I would work 7 days a week and hours on end, and I'd be always on the computer, and it would just destroy my social interaction and also my moods. And it wasn't until I found out about rejuvenation, daily rejuvenation, taking some me time, taking some time away from work to listen to music, read a book, breathing exercises, meditate, whatever you want to do, but to take a step back. And not just daily rejuvenation, but monthly rejuvenation. Every weekend, spend a day doing the things you love outside of the work realm, outside of, family. Just do something for yourself that's enjoyable. And also yearly rejuvenation, take a vacation, because for a long time I didn't take a vacation, and that hurt me in a negative way. But once I got away and I came back refreshed with a clear mind and a whole new outlook, a whole new vision of what needed to be done. So this book is very, very important. I highly recommend reading it if you're a person who works a lot or has a lot of projects that aren't getting done, because it'll give you a whole new mindset towards what procrastination is and how it negatively affects you. Because the whole aspect of life is to work hard and to play hard, to enjoy it, to just take it all in. It's one big ride, good and bad, and the whole point of the book is to really just be aware of what you need to do and what needs to be done. Alright, so I'm AJ, and I'm committed to a peak physique.